Okay, so into the meats and potatoes of things. Because thou sayest, I am rich and increased with goods, and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched, and miserable, and poor, and blind, and naked. Oh, this is the people that think that they got everything, and that they need nothing because they have all materialistic wealth. But yet deepest inside, that they are wretched, and miserable, and poor, and blind, and naked. Man, that's gotta suck. Sucks to be them. I counsel thee to buy of me gold, tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich, and white remnant, that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear. The shame of thy nakedness do not appear. Oh, yeah. So, I'm a dancer, exotic dancer. I'm reading the Bible. You know, God is miraculous. Because, you know what? The shame of my nakedness do not appear. Ding! We're all beautiful. It shouldn't even be looked at upon like that. The people that perverse people for being naked in any sort of fashion. I understand the construct of society, and people shouldn't run around naked because, you know what? We got choices and people are fucked up. But in that token, the fact that we all actually I shouldn't see people look at each other in that respect is just wrong. When I went to dance the last 2 weekends, the other ladies were just as naked as I, and we do get okay with that in that environment, obviously. But it wasn't even like that. It was you're born naked, you leave naked. I don't see why people have such an issue with people being naked or having anything that's a little more revealing. And if you feel that I dress that way to attract drama, I'm sorry, you're broken. I'm sorry nobody showed you that it's okay to be you without objectifying it. And anoint thine eyes with eye salve, that thou mayest see. Eye salve. The joys of making videos and trying to make them at least a little appealing for people. As many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. Be zealous therefore and repent. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him, and will sup with him, and he with me. To him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I also overcame, and am set down with my Father in his throne. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. Chapter 4. After this I looked, and behold, a door was open in heaven, and the first voice which I heard was as it were of a trumpet talking with me, which said, Come up hither, and I will shew thee things which must be hereafter. And immediately I was in the Spirit, and behold, a throne was set in heaven, and one sat on the throne. And immediately, and he that sat was to look upon like a jasper and a sardine stone, and there was a rainbow round about the throne, in sight like unto an emerald. I do believe John sees the throne of God in heaven. 24 elders, the 4 beasts, the elders worship him that sat upon the throne. Okay, so that's that. I should have maybe did a chapter recap first. as light workers and star seeds, we stay human. We still human. And round about the throne were 24 seats, and upon the seats I saw 24 elders sitting, clothed in white raiment, and they had on their heads crowns of gold. And out of the throne proceed lightnings and thunderings and voices. And there were 7 lamps of fire burning before the throne, which are the 7 spirits of God. Some clips don't stay and we have to reread them. So I guess I get to read the Bible twice, Isn't that just beautiful? Oh, I don't even remember where we were because I already did this. And before the throne there were a sea of glass like unto crystal. In the midst of the throne and round about the throne were 4 beasts full of eyes before and behind. And first beast was like a lion, and the second beast like a calf. And the third beast had a face as a man, and the fourth beast was like a flying eagle. And 4 beasts had each of them 6 wings about him, and they were full of eyes within, and they rest not day and night, saying, Holy, 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 Lord God Almighty, which was and is to come. And when those beasts give glory and honor and thanks to him that sat on the throne, who liveth forever and ever, the 24 elders fall down before him and sat on the throne, before him that sat on the throne, and worship him that liveth forever and ever, and cast their crowns before the throne, saying, Thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power, for thou hast created all things, and for thy pleasure they are and were created. As I was saying, things, you're supposed to be happy. You're not supposed to live miserable. You're not supposed to worry about what other people think. You're not supposed to have emotional tribulation. You're not supposed to be depressed. A lot of that is people projecting it on you because they don't want to make better of themselves, and they can't understand why somebody else would make better of themselves. Or the fact that it may look a little weird to them. Chapter 5, the sealed book, which only the Lamb is worthy to open. This is interesting. And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within, and on the backside, sealed with 7 seals. And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, Who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof? And no man in heaven nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon. Oh, so you're telling me there's a big giant book somewhere that only God's going to open up when he gets here? Or metaphorically speaking. I'm not quite sure. People have set off to find shit like this, like actual relics and artifacts. Of course they have. And Adolf Hitler, he thought he was going to make the master race and all this shit because he's fucking cray-cray. Everybody has been seeking. I think a lot of people have been seeking to be God. They just don't understand that being God is right here. As above, so below. Sorry, I lose my spot, and I probably should find it before I get in. Chapter 4, verse 5, Book of Revelations. And one of the elders saith unto me, Weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof. And I beheld, and 10 in the midst of the throne, looks like a 10, and of the 4 beasts, and in the midst of the elders stood a lamb as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of God sent forth into all the earth. And he came and took the book out of the right hand of him that sat upon the throne. I was going to have to read this later. And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, having every one of them harps in golden veils full of hors d'oeuvres, which are the prayers of saints. So, okay, sounds like some crazy shit's about to go down. You know, magic. There's beasts. All the things that the Christians try to cover your eyes to and make you not believe that there is magic. They talk about beasts and stuff with many eyes. An eagle like lions and such, and everybody calls them mythological and not real, but it's all in here. When you start seeing crazy shit like that pop up, what's you gonna do? Well, I mean, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit here, read this, and just ponder about all the crazy shit that could happen. This book right here that the Christians preach about, it talks about crazy shit. Like, and then people have the audacity to judge or throw claim or shame at other people for what they do, and to me it's just all crazy. It's just all crazy. The reason I say that is because, you know, that they try to tell you that all these things and all these creatures are the work of the devil. I mean, that's what they tried to tell me in the Christian church, or that all that stuff is the work of the devil and not. But there's magic. If you can preach about a book that you're supposed to believe in, then why aren't you showing the magic along with it? Why are you just constructing a religion out of a book that was supposed to be something that was supposed to hold truth here, not hold a structure on the outside? The structure on the outside comes from people being dumbasses, and then you have to have rules and regulations because you got people that just are just bad. Just bad, you know? So yeah, first and foremost, always a spiritual war. Second, you have to work together to come up with viable solutions to take care of those who make the wrong decisions. But reformation, instead of breaking them, is just ridiculous. You know, you come into jail every night, you're supposed to turn and squat and cough to make sure that you don't have nothing up in your... It's supposed to be demeaning. They might use it as that tactic. I mean, yeah. I mean, it could. There's a lot of people that I'm sure have, because people are shitty. But to demean it did not. It just made me more comfortable with myself in the presence of others. Alchemist. Always an alchemist. I look at the silver lining of everything. Jail was a vacation. I didn't have to go to church twice a day. I only had to go once. It's the truth, you know? The old Consuelo called like 5 times a day, and I had self-employment work release. And even the people at work release were getting pissed off about her calling all the time, because I was there working and I would go home and take a shower because I had self-employment, so I could. It's just mind your own business. I was doing my time. I did what I did. I always eat my karma for what I do. I never look back. But man, that was a vacation. I didn't have to see her ugly ass every day I came out the house. Oh, but why would you live there if you had an affair with her husband? Well, this is the thing is, she apparently